The world is subjective.
The world is subjective. The world's existence are we?
Society is subjective. We can change any rules about society any times we want to, but one thing you can't change the rules about are the rules of the game, and respecting the rules of the game, I think, are the big reasons. Is the big reason why N was able to win that winner's final set against Grayson pretty convincingly too, whereas disrespect for the rules of the game kind of lost Grayson that first set.
I can't imagine how euphoric Grayson's got to feel bringing that game back after it all looked almost lost.
I would be afraid. I would still be shaking.
Yeah.
And that means for a guy like N, he's going to see that as his time to strike and say, is Grayson going to continue to carry over that playstyle from the last set that I was watching from the background? And can I take advantage of that given the character that I am playing?
And you know, of course, N was rooting for his homie, too. He wanted to see this Grand Finals.
It's always fun to see HMO in Grand Finals, man. And this is, once again, going to be another tournament that they're able to take home at Ultimate Shockwave. But
one up tilt.
It's a question of who is it going to be, because 1 minute in, we're running even.
Do you know how many Shoto players will be able to get one up tilt or down tilt and confirm to the KOs?
N.
I've maybe seen one. Maybe Takara's out there doing it. But
Yeah.
N is a nut for having that kind of reaction time or hit confirm ability.
He definitely he feels it, right? He's definitely a feelings-based player. It's just those times that, you know, when he can really sit back and rely on those notes, rely on that matchup knowledge, that's where N strives, is those matchups that he knows so well.
Ooh.
Look at the early Shoryu, I love that.
Not the true input Shoryu, he's not going that crazy, but he was able to fight through the offense. He's still down to stock right now, but he's a Shoryu. Yeah, there we go. I saw him landing on the platter. It's over.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's Dunsky's. Oh, thank you. We're on the same wavelength.
Exactly the same wavelength. Same wavelength that N was on when he knew what Grayson was about to do.
And everybody was in sync. Watching that, you go, oh, landing against a Shoto? I don't think so.
Absolutely, and N was Justin Timberlake. He said,
How
who's
so?
going to win this tournament? It's going to be May. He is pressing Grayson to the corner.
All right, that...
You said they were all in sync.
But no, you're right. You're right. I can't believe how good that was, though, man. But either way, those down tilts are going to set up for that roundhouse kick, and N, man, he's going to be really, really looking to take this stock now that he's got this ledge trap set up. Again, that's where he had a lot of success in that last set.
Seeing him get this damage, but look, this 50. Ooh, he dropped the input. I wonder if he got auto-corrected.
Possibly.
The dash forward.
Be a double-edged sword, man.
He tried to roll behind the Rob, but that
is so
laser,
bad for him.
Not able to find that killing blow. He's getting a little fishy for it. Tossing out the fishing pole. Is Grayson gonna bite?
Ooh! N is on the high seas right now. He's not even just fishing. He's definitely on, like, deadliest catch. Like, he's looking for a whole crate worth of crabs.
And that's gonna be no punish. He barely was able to get something.
Oh, he Tatsus! And he's gonna take the game anyways. That was sloppy, and it's still we're looking, and he's showing off just how exactly he wins that game. And I think he's also trying to figure out
maybe making a couple of misinputs and not happy with the stick.
It happens sometimes, man. You got to make sure the hardware is there. That's part of being a good player, is making sure that you can keep up with yourself and keep everything running perfectly. That can be a shortcoming.
I think everybody's had that moment where they're in the middle of a set and they look down at their controller and say, "You did this to me?"
You look down at the controller, you say, you behave.
Heal.
Heal.
Now,
Neither of these two are going to be healing, though. We have no Hero, no Ness, no Lucas to speak of. And it's probably going to be Ken versus Rob the entire way, unless Grayson really forces something onto N, or if N really forces this game onto Grayson and makes him try to make some sort of switch. I don't know, man. I think the big thing that Grayson has for him right now is that he's not up 2-0 on N.
Absolutely. Being up 2-0 on N is a death sentence.
He doesn't let that go. Especially not coming from winner's side, when you give him all that time to make the adjustments.
But right now, N being up the game, though, still scary. It's a bit of a meme in the community. Being up 2-0 on N means you're going to lose that set, because N is just a nut playing from behind.
His clutch factor is 100 out of 100.
But right now, N has that first game, doesn't quite find the confirm there, a little bit slow, and because of that, gives Grayson the opportunity to take the first stock in this game.
Even with the great mash.
Grayson's not going to be sitting pretty, not comfy, though. He's pretty, maybe.
Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. The way that N can extend combos in ways that you would never think of. And then be able to find the kills after that, especially that shoulders, just connects him every time.
And Grayson's calling out N's movement so well, covering these plats. Look at the damage he's able to pile on so quickly.
Oh my gosh, he's reading every tech in the world.
And using that arm rotor to challenge the landing nair. Barely alive.
Oh,
Catches
he
the roll.
reads the roll!
He knows he saw that active gyro and didn't want to get smacked by that, so that if he walks into the gyro, he gets bounced into the up smash. If he rolls to get past the gyro, gets bounced into the up smash.
Guess how many options you have? Not
None.
many in that situation. Some would even say none.
Not many for sure. He
Oh
is
my
spinning and shaking. My dude is seasoned. Right now, N is trying to seize this opportunity to bring this game back.
Carpe diem, please.
That arm rotor again is catching N every time he tries to jump in between Rob and the gyro. That's going to be a down tilt. He's carrying it all the way across the stage.
And you know what? That's because that first high recovery was really smart by N, because Grayson was probably going to toss that gyro down at the ledge and then get another confirm like we saw earlier in that stock. But when he goes for the second one, Grayson's ready for that. And like you said, just pop, pop across the stage, clap him with the down smash. Spin to win. That's the merry-go-round, man.
Pop,
a lot of
pop.
people would say, isn't the arm rotor the merry-go-round? No. That's the arm rotor. Down smash is the merry-go-round because that doesn't have a name.
I could see down smash being the merry-go-round. It's definitely a lot
Or it's
nicer.
the what? Is that the hop skip? What's that thing you would have on the playground where you would whip it around your own leg and then you would try to jump over it?
Boy, I know what you're talking about, but I have never heard a name for that.
Okay. Everybody always describes it like that, and I'm like, I'm sure it has a name, right?
That is lost in the 90s. Never coming back. Children have computers now.
That's this hidden sequel to Max Coveri's hit Running in the 90s. He's lost in the 90s. He can't get out. Max Coveri needs your help.
Twilight Zone. Also lost in the 90s.
Yeah.
N is struggling right now to recover. He has no jump. He has to Tatsu, but Grayson went a little bit too wild.
A little bit too early. Pulled the trigger. Oh,
He's
that's
dead.
an alive. No, never mind. Too much
have
end
jump?
lag. Too much end lag when you're not on stage.
You got a Tatsu and it's not rising with that jump, you are not going to survive.
You're in trouble. And N is continuing. Do you see these follow-ups for Grayson?
It's hard to
disgusted.
see anything else right now.
I'm disgusted by what I am seeing. This is, I didn't know I was watching Micro Dirty Jobs.
Again, we're seeing a moment where you're looking at this robot, expecting him to be defensive and chill and create a wall, and instead he has brought the wall to you. These castle walls are mobile.
He doesn't need a boat.
Looking
That's
like
all I'm
Clash
saying.
of Clans. Ooh, he's a mobile castle wall.
Today I learned neighbor plays Clash of Clans.
Nope, but definitely don't.
Oh my
But if y'all want to
gosh.
sponsor me,
Don't be... Clash... COC neighbor. Clash of Clans, man.
it would be my new favorite mobile game.
You get to be the face of it too. You get to do the shouting face.
I'm just saying that Grayson looks like he's winning all these microtransactions right now.
Microtransactions, microspacing, you name it. If it's small, Grayson's got it. I'm sorry, Grayson.
You say if it's
not very
small,
nice.
Grayson's got it.
Yeah, I sure said that, and I feel like that could be construed as something that's ruder than it was intended to be.
So Grayson definitely, what I could call small right now is his chances of dropping this game with this lead that he's built up, right?
112 on N,
Woo!
but if you get dunked like that, that
Uh-oh.
can be a blow to your brain.
Insert my foot into my mouth.
I feel like the parry, dude, that down air may have flacked Grayson's brain.
Look at this, 2 hits, 44%. We are maybe 2 more hits away, maybe even 1 hit away.
Rising Tatsu, again, the high recovery works for N. Is this going to be a big turnaround for N?
We might see 1 confirm away if he's able to get that proximity hard jab in.
Oh my gosh, he caught it back in?
Ooh, what kind of mix-up is there? He's stuck in the corner. Gets that Tatsu reset. Doesn't get close enough to get the proximity hard jab to reset. So instead, he just gets the dainty kick that pushes Grayson to the corner.
Wow, that jump off of the ledge. Grayson was mentally preparing himself for that input to get off the ledge as quickly as he did with that gyro. And he just taps him. Look at both of these guys laughing. I love that.
The way that all of these games have been finishing these past like 2 or 3 sets has given me the biggest case of blue balls. This is not a fun. What the heck? Most anticlimactic endings ever.
If you saw game 2 of my first losers round set, you would have saw something similar to that where I was playing against a man who went Ganondorf in game 1. He went to Final Destination, so I went Chrom, but he went Rob. And the way I died in the last game was he had the gyro on the ledge, I did up B, and here's the thing about Chrom's up B and gyro. If you hit it at the top of the up B, it pulls the gyro into you and knocks you further off the stage, and that's lather, rinse, repeat, so that's funny. But not a Chrom to be seen here is Final Destination with the Rob, but Ken is the character that N has been manning all night. He's got to find a way to turn this around, or we're going to set number 2 in Grand Finals.
You know, that's all that Grayson wants right now. A little bit of a reset, putting each other on even footing. There's nothing even about feet in this matchup, though, because Rob doesn't have any.
And Ken has arguably some of the most powerful ones in the game.
Definitely, you know, pound for pound, some of the strongest feet. Depends on what you mean by powerful.
I definitely,
you
can get a lot of...
There's some corn mates out here. So that was a nice
excellent confirm by Grayson right there. To use that, I hate you so much.
Shut up.
No, you better.
Go ahead.
You better shut up, yeah. So, ledge trap situation right here in the corner. This is where Rob can really struggle against Ken. He's had a lot of success trying to find the kills there in the corner, but this time patience from Grayson pays off.
Finally finding his roll through the pressure, and going to be able to get
You're still
something.
in timeout. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're still in timeout.
Let me know when I'm allowed.
Oh, well, you're allowed to now that N has found that stock. That was my parameter that I had set in my brain, and we've just reached it. But this could be an issue for him trying to get back on stage against the Rob. You've seen a lot of times when he's forced to Tatsu, that spells death.
That high Shoryuken was trying to catch Grayson going for an early fair. There was nothing fair about that.
He just hopped off and started spinning.
That nair was not safe that high up.
No. That's not legal.
Yeah, now it turns out that N is the cop.
Yeah.
I don't see either of these players, individuals, as cops.
No,
Could not be either of them.
I would not say that they're rebels either, but they're just kind of, you know. What else is HMO for? Certainly not vicious enforcement of the status quo, but Grayson certainly viciously enforces that ledge, and the fact that you cannot get back on stage against him if you are off.
I might say that he is viciously enforcing the status quo, maybe saying that I am on a certain place in the PR, and you are in a different place in the PR, and that's where the tournament results should lie. Grayson looking pretty nice.
Not always, though. We'll see. This is the final set we're going to see tonight in the bracket reset of Grand Finals. Grayson and N are going to go back to Pokemon Stadium 2 to start this out. One of the more neutral stages you'll find between these two characters. But I think this last set will be defined not by Grayson continuing to execute the game plan that he's had this whole time, but specifically what it is that N can change, and then how he can adapt to how Grayson has changed. Because that's what we saw in that loser's final set against Austin from Grayson, was the ability to constantly change the way he's playing mid-game, and then not have to just kind of keep that in his brain. He's very good at paying attention to what is going on now, rather than being stuck in the past or in the future. And that is why he is up in this moment, why he won that last set.
Absolutely. And Grayson, you know, he's been looking nice tonight, and N has an opportunity here, but he's gotta take it. He's got to take this first stock and create an opportunity where the Rob's got to come to him.
Well, and the opportunity of having that bracket reset too. That's fresh mentality, but not even a mash that quick will save you from that up smash.
So again, we're seeing Grayson takes the first stock here. Grayson takes control of the pace of the match.
That'll be it, though.
And the pace is just flatlined.
Yeah, definitely heartbeat 0 right now. Grayson, I think, thought that he had, would have already grabbed the ledge by then and then tried to roll on quickly, but didn't get the chance.
Down tilts are going to mash out again. Crazy to see that Rob is scrapping up close, pressing buttons against a Ken down tilting.
This is why you're seeing his presence in top 8s of huge tournaments from guys like Rafi X and even Zachary now has started picking up Rob because this character has so many tools at many different ranges.
He's able to use that range, get around the Hadouken. It's his own gyro. Jeez Louise.
All right, and that arm rotor, even with really good DI, well, no, and is still going to be able to live.
And we see him fight his way out of the corner. It does find the landing fair. Dashes out. That's going to be... I wonder, he was looking for proximity hard jab. That way he could get the Shoryu follow-up, but instead wasn't close enough for proximity hard jab, so he got the double hits that roundhouse.
He's just really going for these roundhouses a lot, though. He's not trusting in that Shoryu as much as he would in other matchups. I'm wondering if that is like a matchup thing, or if we're just specifically seeing and say, oh, this is just safer by default, and it confirms all the time. Right there, Grayson going to be able to pick up that stock. We're on 1-1 here, and this is the first game of the Grand Finals reset, and this could really define the theme of how the rest of this set goes.
Down air, not going to get a lot of distance, but it is going to get some good damage and reset the position here. Grayson gets parried. That's it?
Gosh.
I totally expected that up tilt to be Shoryuken follow-up, but instead...
Not on a heavy character like Rob. It will not finish the job just yet. Now it should, and N is going for it straight up.
Is he going to pay for that with his life? Back air to meet Grayson's attempt, and now N taking that game, taking the first game in set 2.
That's what we saw in set 1 as well. Was N took that game 1, and then Grayson just ran away with it afterwards.
Yeah, it was a challenge for N to keep up after he took that first game from Grayson, and I wonder if there's just going to be another HMO meme. Is taking the first game against Grayson a mistake?
Well, maybe it could be. I don't know, man. Does that make Grayson twice as powerful as N, or does that make him half as powerful as N?
Yes.
If it
yes to both. There's not
I'm
always
gonna have to simmer on that for a second.
There's not always a black and white here. Sometimes there's a gray area.
Oh my god.
The gray area is covering the left side of the screen right now. It's Rob. He's got gray arms.
He is my gray son. I've cracked the code. It's not because his name is Grayson in real life, which it is. It's because Rob is gray and he is my son.
Nair doesn't fight through the whole gyro situation, so now Tatsu does. Tatsu eats projectiles for breakfast.
Yeah.
Without any milk.
You're not afraid to... What? I had a thought process. I lost it.
Don't worry about it.
Back air is going to be able to do it. That move, okay, Ed hasn't been able to connect a lot of back airs, but now that he has been, he's found his last 2 stocks with that.
Back air is good to meet another, right? One good back air deserves another.
Did you see that movement? That looked like Grayson was drifting. That was sick.
Drifting like a joystick.
On
a Joy-Con.
Wait, no, I'm lost again. Never mind. I don't know why I said
Joy-Con drifting? It's a bit... Oh, my goodness. Look it up.
Oh, my gosh. And N could have teched that. Most people just, by default, when they're near the ledge and they think they might get hit, they just tech anyways, but didn't have the confidence that he would be able to there. And Grayson does pick up that stock once again. Big lead for him.
See how much he can get off of this ledge trap. A nice parry, but he doesn't find a follow-up with those jabs.
Sitting underneath that platform, that makes it so hard for N to mix up his approaches.
Yeah, because of that, we're seeing Grayson take advantage of it, get some good damage, but now he's pushed to either corner. Dash attack fights his way out of it.
He saw that N even respected the space and what Grayson could do afterwards. He stayed back after the laser came out. He wanted Grayson to approach him, but he did a lot quicker than he was expecting.
Again, we're seeing him look for that proximity hard jab, and he's not quite close enough. He needs to, not leave as much room for Jesus.
Be a little bit riskier. Is this what HMO prom night looks like?
Absolutely. These two are not only a powerhouse of DFW, they're the power couple.
They're the power couple of DFW.
Yeah.
I fully believe it.
These men.
Still not getting these confirms into Shoryu. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay.
I had nothing to say.
Just these men.
These men.
That's certainly what they are playing like right now. Is a couple of men. 2 guys being dudes.
Now that they're men, you know.
I don't.
You don't? I was hoping that you would pick up my sick SpongeBob reference.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't get
movie.
SpongeBob references, sorry.
Unfortunate. Anyway, N is sitting here with max rage.
Max rage, and that means maximum danger for both of these guys, because if Grayson gets opened up, that could be the death. Oh my gosh, that mash is nuts!
And the fact that he mashed into Tatsu was scary, but Grayson didn't find the punish afterwards. Seeing...
Oh,
Ooh,
that's not a
no.
I can't believe he's still alive after hitting that Shoryuken where it was so minus on hit.
Just safe enough, evidently.
Nice timing there by Grayson to pull out that gyro right when he needed it, but that Tatsu's going to be so safe.
Ooh.
No, that was so close to killing.
That was Twitter DI.
He's dead. Oh, he missed again.
Boy, was that an auditory thing right there.
Sorry for peeking your mic, and
yeah,
I apologize for that. He gave me the shrug.
So we got N trying to press his advantage, push forward. We know we're maybe one confirm away. He just mashing that down tilt button.
He got so many down tilts that Grayson was able to do that 11-hit roll away. I can't believe N's not dead. He's dead.
Again, we're seeing a last hit situation where Grayson has almost came back on, and he nairs. And he nairs.
And he would nair.
And he nairs again, and eventually one of them connects and takes the stock.
Even if it's stale, that
well
move will
200.
kill eventually.
Well over 200.
200% is not where you want to be, although if you're Shoto, you can see that you can almost get your Shoryuken to kill it like 60%. And that's a scary prospect for anybody. Grayson's only living because he plays a big boy. A big, big boy.
This character can definitely survive a lot longer than most will against the Shoto onslaught. However, they still are mortal.
And it's definitely shown that. He's got a game
tilt
to show for it.
Hard up tilt is a phenomenal anti-air.
No, I mean, Shotos are not losing out on any anti-airs, and Ken even less so than Ryu, because again, that heavy Shoryu does not have a sour spot.
Trying to go for those down tilts after he's dragged you down with that Tatsu. Doesn't get the parry on the nair that it looks like he was looking for. But that Tatsu, that could be big. He's got him in the corner. What does he do with this space?
This is
shimmying.
It's the space, you're right. This is why N wants to go to this stage, is because it's not how much space he has to work with, but it's how well he can command it with this character. Shoto's, Ken especially, can cover this middle platform on Smashville so well because, like you said, lots of anti-airs, lots of platform coverage, and once you're off stage, you have to jump over him to try to get around him, and you end up landing on that platform. He can cover that space on the inside, so if you try to neutral get him, he's got all of those quick buttons waiting for him.
That was a checkmate situation for Grayson. He had nowhere to be after that pressure.
You heard him say Shoryuken? What? I'm unsure as to what that was all about. Oh, I know what that's all about, though. That is an arm rotor, and that is Grayson getting a stock.
Right now, and didn't build up too much extra credit, so Grayson's the one who's building the lead, catching that high Tatsu. Where's N gonna go? He has to Tatsu again. But look at the damage. That wasn't even safe on hit. I mean, of course, all the Tatsu stuff is mix-ups. He just lost that mix-up.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Does get that focus, though. That is one way that you can deal with the nairs when you try to land with them. That is a very active hitbox, but you do only get one hit on somebody.
Ooh, he did not want that.
That was a Tatsu.
That was definitely a Tatsu, but he was turning himself around while trying to shimmy.
Oh,
Ooh,
you're dead.
Push him off, yeah. Don't even worry about whatever input you got to get to KO him. Don't worry about charging your smash attack. Push him off.
Crack the egg open and move along. There's nothing to see.
Ooh, Perry gets the forward air.
That DI by N was so good to go over the gyro and land, put that in between him and Grayson and say, I'm not about to get killed.
And now N goes for the empty up, gets the grab. Gets some good damage and some space on the stage.
That back throw is really interesting. Try to mix up Grayson's DI, but you have all the time in the world to react to it, so he's still got to punish afterwards. We'll see. I like these short hops with these forwarders. Ooh, you just have to be so careful when you try to approach N, even if you have a multi-hit like that.
I have seen so many missed proximity hard jabs because the game says he's not close enough.
you are oftentimes close enough to get killed by that armor.
It's just such a respectful date. Just leaving room for Jesus. Look at the shield pressure. Was able to parry. Doesn't find a follow-up off of the up
say it like
tilt.
that, though.
He gets the Shoryuken, and N gets the game up 2-1 now.
One away from sealing it out.
Sealing his second Shockwave.
In the matter of a month. That is impressive.
That is very impressive.
The list of people that can say they have 1-2 Shockwaves in a month, I believe, narrows down to MVD and Austin.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. At least Ultimate Shockwaves. For sure.
Ultimate Shockwave for sure. I mean, obviously,
We should clarify.
obviously back in the days of Smash 4 Shockwave, you had people like Cosmos, you had people like Lima. Lima may have actually done that as well.
Potentially an Ultimate. It's possible.
I believe it.
But other than that, without Austin here, it's been kind of a revolving door of phenomenal players. And even with Austin here tonight, we're seeing that door continue to revolve. But N does not want that door to revolve.
I'm seeing Austin try to walk into the hotel, but then like N and Grayson are pushing it faster, and Austin's like, "Oh, I guess I'm going back outside."
Yeah, he's actually just being aggressively not allowed into the hotel.
Revolved out the door. Did you also see that these two at the start of this game 4 on Lilat just down tilted each other until one of them was off stage?
Yeah, sounds like exactly what I'd expect out of
Sounds
this
like
matchup.
exactly this matchup. Boy, Ken has a pretty good item toss for having terrible throwing form.
Yeah, you know, he's got strong arms. It's not always about the form.
Yeah,
Form's helpful, though.
form really helps.
Form is helpful when you're weaker. You need it when you're weaker.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason Tim Lincecum was a twig and he was able to throw 98 miles an hour, but that's besides the point. You guys don't care about talking about baseball. You care about talking about this match. And right now, I'm curious to see how Grayson is going to continue to keep N in disadvantage on a stage like Lilat. I understand that you do like a horizontal stage when you play Rob, but here on Lilat, N has so many escape zones and a lot of awkward areas where Grayson can't extend the combos like he normally would.
Harmurder just dissipates with a hitbox there. Many Hadokens being tossed from N. Normally we see Ryu with the fireball game, but Ken is bringing it to the table today. Up air is going to seal the stock for sure, but at 52%, Grayson's still got to be careful. Maybe one big follow-up away from death percent.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, you could be looking at that for N right now, too, if Grayson continues to put that follow-up game on. Even with that low ceiling on Lilat, that kill is not going to be coming out just yet from that Shoryu, and it's interesting to see that N is going for a lot more of these Shoryus now that he's on game point.
Try to fade away from the potential up air poking. Poking that
He rolls
pressure.
through. I like that. N is pulling out a lot of things here now that he's on tournament point that he has not done in these sets at all. A lot more Shoryus. He's even rolling through Grayson. We have not seen hardly any of that when he's been shielded.
Haitatsu doesn't get the follow-up after down tilt, but N does. He is a stock away from winning another Ultimate Shockwave. But Grayson is not going to let him go let him go without a fight.
No, he wants to hold on to the hope that he can take this, especially after resetting the Grand Finals bracket, putting us into Grand Finals 2. He doesn't want to let it go just yet. And Lilat, I think, messed him up a little bit right there with that distance.
Right now, N is just applying so much
way!
pressure.
He just called him out on that.
He absolutely did. Caught him rolling away on that plat. Shoryu covered so much space. He died at like 90% as Rob.
Yeah, like 90% post-hit. That was nuts. That's what Rage on Ken can do to you, man. And what N can do to you once he gets that groove going. I mean, obviously there's the go up 2-0 on N, and then that's bad for you and all that. But also, if N wins a game, it's really hard to stop him because he has a game plan that works and carries it.